Dive 747 on the HMS Firebrand, one of the oldest ships I have ever dived on, wrecking in 1707, a part of the Scilly naval disaster which also led to the loss of the Eagle, Romney and Association. Because this is a historic site, on the right of the screen we have a site plan that's been created by the Cornwall and Isles of Scilly Maritime Archaeological Society, and using that to map where we are on the site. Started off at this anchor and cannon that sits off from the wreck, denoted as anchor A5 and cannon G4. All evidence suggests these were moved off the wreck at a later date. We then move down to a pair of what are probably bow anchors, the A1 and A2 anchor, down just on the bottom of the wreck. Do a couple passes here, the sort of two anchors are touching, and we can sort of do back and forth shots as we go. There's my buddy Nick with his large camera light. He was doing photography on this dive as I was doing the video. Moving back into the main bit of the wreckage, here we pass over one of the cannons, and then we get to another of the anchors, anchor A4. Now the cannons on this site are mostly either two Falcon or Falconettes. There's sort of slightly smaller cannons, and then there's quite a few minion cannons here as well. This is anchor A4 I was mentioning before, and then we start to move over some of the jumbled up cannons and quite a damaged anchor there, and move up along the rocks. Moving back into the main wreck site, here we have some ironwork. The map I've used here just has the cannons and anchors on it, so this is not on the map, but there are, bits of tangled ironwork here. There are some exposed timbers right in the centre of the wreck, and potentially some artefacts, although we didn't see anything on this dive. Another of the larger cannons, which I think was cannon G7, based on where we were during the dive at this point in time. There's Nick again, taking some photos, and then we move back down to what is thought to be the bow of the wreck. We have one of the large cannons again, and then we're coming back to the pair of twin anchors. Here I do a 180 degree pan around the anchors, trying to get them all in a single shot. One final shot of these two anchors, and then we chose a round direction to head off the wreck at. Luckily we did manage to find the final anchor, which is anchor A3. This one is quite far away from the wreck and shows quite a bit of damage on it.